Rolling Thanks. It looks gorgeous out there. On to developing news now. Today on Capitol Hill, the House Judiciary Committee voted to hold the Attorney General in contempt of Congress for not complying with a subpoena to turn over the full Mueller report.
What's really at stake is the ability of Congress to do its job to protect the American people. I would also like to respond to
Today's hearing comes after negotiations broke down between the Democratic chair, that's Jerry Nadler, and the Department of Justice over the release of the full Mueller report and underlying materials.
I don't think today's actually about getting information. I think it's all about trying to destroy Bill Barr.
Now, the Department of Justice insists it would be illegal for Barr to comply with that request and sent Nadler a letter ahead of the vote saying the president has exerted executive privilege over the entirety of the subpoenaed materials.
On the day when House Democrats were focused on that contempt citation against the Attorney General, House Republicans showed renewed interest in probing whether the FBI misled judges on the FISA court. CBS 2's investigative reporter James Rosen brings us the latest declassified documents.
On October 21, 2016, the FBI, then led by James Comey, filed a 422-page FISA application to place former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page under surveillance. As evidence, the application cited a dossier of salacious and unverified allegations about then-candidate Donald Trump that was compiled that spring by former British spy Christopher Steele. He had been hired to dig up the dirt on candidate Trump by a law firm paid by the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign.
The FBI used one party's opposition research document as the basis to go to a secret court to get a warrant to spy on the other party's campaign. That happened.
But the FBI never mentioned that in its application. Steele's client, the FBI told the FISA judges, never advised Steele as to the motivation behind the research into candidate Trump's ties to Russia. Now, a document obtained by the conservative activist group Citizens United suggests the FBI may have known that to be false. Nearly 2 weeks earlier, then Assistant Secretary of State Kathleen Kavalek had circulated a memo of her meeting with Steele on October 11, in which she wrote, Steele undertook the investigation into the Russia-Trump connection at the behest of an institution he declined to identify that had been hacked. Steele said his client is keen to see this information come to light prior to November 8, Election Day.
Is it your representation to the nation, sir, that everything that the FBI did in the process of obtaining that surveillance warrant on Carter Page absolutely followed proper protocol?
Major, there's nothing askew about that warrant that I can see.
Even though the Kavalek memo about Christopher Steele was marked unclassified when written in 2016, in late April of this year, just before its release by Citizens United, the FBI retroactively upgraded it to classified and redacted most of it. At the FBI, James Rosen.